How's it going, everyone? So today we're going to be talking about the wonderful world of power chords. And I personally really like power chords. One, because they're really easy to play. You can pick them up almost immediately once you start trying. And for two, they sound awesome. But as a metalhead, I really love power chords. They opened up a whole new world for me to explore in playing music. So as I said, power chords are very easy to play. Now these are often referred to as movable power chords, and there's a very good reason for that. You can hold the exact same shape anywhere on the top three strings, and it will be a functioning power chord. All you need to remember that your index finger is your bass, that's where you start. And then your ring finger will be 2 frets down and 1 string higher. So that right there is your power chord shape everywhere. So this is a power chord. I can bring it all the way down here. This is a power chord. I can move it a string over. And make sure that both of your fingers are following the pattern. So if your index finger moves a string up, then your ring finger needs to follow suit. So this is a power chord as well. Now the ones we're going to learn about first are actually the easiest of the power chords, because you only need 1 finger to play them. Now remember that your nut is basically your 0th fret, so it's already fretted at the nut, so you don't need your finger to fret that one. So this is your basic power chord shape from anywhere else, but you don't need your index finger anymore. You can just press down on the 2nd fret of the next string up. So this right here is a power chord. And so is this, and so is this. Now these ones are called basic power chords. Technically the movable ones are the ones that you use 2 fingers for, but the premise remains the same. You're still going to have the string fretted at 1 fret, and then 2 down and 1 over for the next one. Now I really like the way that Yousician has these power chords set up. It's one of the main reasons why I use Yousician rather than a Tabs website or something like that. Because Yousician uses the actual names of the chords like E, A, and so on. So it's a lot easier to look at that and remember where that chord is, rather than looking at 2 notes on the same string, which they also do sometimes, but not that often. So instead of putting fret 1 and fret 3 on there, they'll put an F5 chord. So the 3 we're going to cover first are the E, A, and D chords. Now these are very easy to remember because the bass note, E, is the note of the thickest string. So this is an E note, and this is an E5 power chord. All you're doing is you're adding another note on top of the E. So this will be an A5, and this one's a D5. And all of the power chords follow suit. So if I fret the big E string right here, that is an F note. And if I add in the other note as well, then it becomes an F5 power chord. And learning these chords with Yousician has actually helped me find these notes on the fretboard a lot easier. Basically all I do is I remember, okay, this is a G5 chord, so that right there is a G note. Now if you don't understand all that about where the notes are and whatever, don't worry about it. It'll take some practice before you remember. All you need to know right off the bat is wherever you start with your index finger, go 2 frets down and 1 string up, and that's it. That's really all there is to power chords. They're really not that difficult at all. There are a lot of weird power chords out there, especially in classic rock, But we're not talking about those. These are just simply your standard movable power chords. So let's go to Yousician and play a song together. Okay, so in Yousician, when they show you the power chords as the bass note, it's going to look a lot like this. It's just going to be a big block, and it's just going to say E5 on it. Now, what is E5? Well, the bass note is the E note. And right up here, it'll tell you exactly what you need to achieve that note. So right up here, you can see that you have an open E string and then the second fret on the A string. So that's how you know what to play whenever these come up. So it's going to look something like this. You can use whatever finger you want for these, but it's telling you to use your index finger, but your middle finger is one of your strongest, so it's going to be a bit easier for you to learn until you get that finger strength up. So the E5 chord is going to sound like this. Okay, so through the first segment of the song, you can see they're all E5 chords. So it's just getting you used to playing these. But then it switches over to an A5 chord. Now, following the same rules as before, you have an open A string and the second fret on the D string. So that's going to sound something like this. And those are your two power chords for this entire song. Now, at the end of the song, it starts switching back and forth. So all you need to move is the one finger that you have fretting. So here's your E5, and here's your A5. Nice and easy. So let's go ahead and play it together. So next we'll play one with movable power chords. Now before any song on Yousician, if you want to see what chords it uses to make sure that you'll be able to play it before you even open it, you can go right here to the three dots, click that, and go to View Chord Diagrams. And then that will show you all the chords that are in that song. So this song has G5 and E5. Now this is a little bit harder because you're moving your hand across the fretboard. So an E5, which we covered earlier, is going to be this. And then a G5 is going to be this. So for this one, I suggest that you fret the A string with your index finger. That way it's not quite as far for you to move whenever you switch to the G chord. Alright, so let's go ahead and play this one together. where did I miss 6 notes? Tell me. Tell me. I missed one, and I didn't even actually miss that. So anyway, those were the basics of power chords. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.